it's also a weird thing, like being on a network, like a Sirius XM type thing, where you have all these channels that are like music and Christian radio, and it's like you're selling so much shit, and on top of that, you got something like O&A, which should really be its own individual entity because it's so uniquely different from the rest of the things you're having.
You would think.
It's like if you're fucking going like, let's see what's on Sirius XM, and you click in right when Jimmy Norton's doing Uncle Paul trying to defend the Seventh Heaven guy. Did you fucking hear him yesterday?
That was hilarious.
Oh my God. He was Uncle Paul is Jimmy Norton's child molester character that he occasionally breaks out. He's like, well, first of all, the guy wasn't doing nothing wrong. It's an acting thing. He was practicing for acting. He's in. And he was doing something about having the kid lick the water off the tip of his dick like a gerbil. You know how the gerbil has that thing?
And then he makes the sounds.
It was so awful. And Opie was cringing, and Norton was fucking. His Uncle Paul was in full bloom yesterday.
It's despicable and hilarious.
Yeah, and if you were flipping through the channels, you had no idea, and you just let's see what's on channel 103.
Yeah. What is that?
How the fuck can you just get to that? What are they thinking in the first place? You guys should be as specifically different. I mean, you should have been on the internet two or 3 years ago.
Exactly. That's a prime example for context, by the way. Everyone is held to this standard now of the same, our language on Sirius XM satellite radio, what we used to say on the O&A show, was held in the same light as what an anchorman would say on the evening news. Like years ago, you didn't see Walter Cronkite being held to the same standard as George Carlin and vice versa. Like you knew the context of who was saying what. Now, no matter what you say in what context, it's just held to this generic standard of that's awful.
Right,
so you get somebody like Jimmy doing Uncle Paul, it's looked at like as if Tom Brokaw got on and started just saying that. That's outrageous. Right. We've lost the ability to distinguish the differences in context nowadays. And that's what's really fucking everything up, I think.
It's absolutely lost. Also, when you take it out, you extract it and you put it in quotes and put it on a blog, or
it's going to look different than it was said.
It's going to look awful.
It looks terrible.
But a show like O&A, what it is a haven for like fun. It's like one of the few remaining havens where you can tune in and you can hear awful, ridiculous shit, and you can hear Jimmy defending a pedophile.
Yes.
And that, look, I have daughters, man. I mean, and I have little kids, and I thought it was fucking hilarious. And I'm laughing because I know what it is. He's being naughty. He's being fun.
I think people don't want to know anything about context anymore because they don't want to believe that people can hang out in a room like that, talk about stuff like that in a funny way and laugh about it. They don't want to think that people like that exist.
And they don't want you to be able to do that because they want to change your way of talking and thinking, and they want to mold you to their own social standards.
Thinking that everyone can be changed. Like we're all sick or something.
Yeah.
We're all ill if we laugh like that. But there's hope for you. If we just stop people from talking like that and stop airing them, then it'll all be nice and people won't speak like that.
Yeah, like the idea that if you stop Jimmy from making fun using the Uncle Paul character, you're somehow or another going to stop child molesting.
Yeah, you're going to stop that Seventh Heaven guy. No, he was full bore, balls out for fucking kids. Jesus.
He even wrote books about it.
Oh, he wrote books about it?
He wrote 2 books that supposedly what started the whole thing because one of his victims read both of his books, and one of his books is about sleeping with like a babysitter, or it had something to do with like a younger kid.
It was a sitting baby, actually. It's different.
Yeah, the babysitter is hot.
Yeah.
You know, you got a 19-year-old babysitter.
Right.
And,
who didn't have fantasies about that.
Yeah, that's like that's a genre.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It certainly is.